Hi, this is Dr. Lassane. Welcome back to another screencast that I hope will help you complete one set of the assignments for the class, the annotated bibliography. I'm going to show you a sample annotated bibliography entry today in hopes that you will then not have very many questions that you need to have answered about how to approach this assignment. If you'll recall, the first annotated bibliography asks you to take a look at the Caldecott honor and winners and to create an annotated bibliography. The assignment for the directions for this class are here. Remember that your bibliography will have 10 entries. You need to use APA format for each of the bibliographies. The bibliographies need to be in alphabetical order by the author, and the annotation should be short. You need to include in your annotation the year the book received the award, and since the award is given for illustration, I expect to see some kind of response that has to do with art. So to help you with this, I want to show you a sample annotation. I've elected to use Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. This is a required book for the class and not one that you can use for this particular assignment. But because you'll be familiar with the book, I thought it would make a great example. If you'll notice, one of the first things I've done, although you can certainly do this later, is I've added a piece of clip art. I could just as easily have added the cover for the book. I could add here the Caldecott seal, which I can copy from the website. I can add any number of different kinds of illustrations here. I have put the title of this particular bibliography here, and usually what would follow would be 10 annotations, but I've included only one here as an example. It is for Where the Wild Things Are, and I'm just going to highlight the first part of an annotated bibliography, which is the bibliographic citation. If you follow APA format, which I've done here, you'll see that it has a particular form: author's last name, comma, initial of the first name, period, the year of publication in parentheses followed by a period, the title of the book where only the first word is capitalized and put into, the title is put into italics, the place of publication, in this case New York, and most books are published there, and the publishing company HarperCollins. That is part one of an annotated bibliography, is simply doing the bibliographic citation. Then the second part of the bibliography is this portion right here, and this is the annotation itself. An annotation combines a summary of the book and some critical comment or some kind of response to the book. So first, summarize the book. In order to summarize a book, basically, you should answer 4 questions. Who is the main character? What is the problem? How does the character go about solving the problem? And how does the story end? So, who is the main character? Max. What's the problem? He's misbehaving. So how does he go about solving his problem? Goes to his room and takes an imaginary trip to the island of the wild things, where he realizes that he really wants to be back home. How does the story end? He travels back home, finds his dinner waiting for him. That is a very short summary, and these summaries should be short because these are picture books, but this is a short summary of the book that answers who's the main character, what's the problem, how does the character go about solving the problem, and how does the story end. If you'll notice, fully half of the annotation, the second half, is the response to the book or the critical commentary of the book. Because these are Caldecott winner and or honor books, I've asked that your response include some kind of reference to the artwork. These are books that are recognized as being the most distinguished contribution to illustration in children's books. So it's really important that we be able to have some information about illustration here. So you see I have made a couple of comments here about the illustrations themselves, and then finally, according to instructions, I should give you the date for the date that the book won the award, excuse me. So I've done all those things. That is basically what you need to